was formed for one purpose, and that was to empower all Māori and Pasifika business owners and professionals to encourage growth and opportunity via the taonga, or gift of advice and assistance from within our business community. Joining us on Pacific Breakfast now is Pita Pirihi and Kristen Harper, co-founders of Nesian Network for More. Kia ora, and thank you so much for your time this morning, gentlemen.
Kia ora, gents, and firstly, thank you for the opportunity to have us on this morning. We're pretty humbled that Tina gave us the opportunity, so yeah, appreciate it.
Okay, yeah. Pita, you going to say anything?
Morena.
Okay. Oh, that's good stuff.
Hey, thank you guys. Thank you. We really appreciate the fact of actually coming on board and obviously sharing our kaupapa with you all, especially our Pacifica brothers and sisters, because we feel that they're a very important component, especially within the business network, especially with Māori and Pacifica coming to the fore. So, kia ora.
Kia ora indeed. Kaupapa, let's talk about this then. What's the kaupapa of Nesian Network? Tell us all about it, please.
Well, both Peter and I will sort of had our own businesses, for a while now. And, we've been part of different networks over the last few years. And part of the Whāraki, the Māori Business Network. And we felt that there was a bit of a gap in the market there. There are a lot of different networks around, and we thought there was a great way to actually connect Māori and Pacifica and, help connect and collaborate, generate new business opportunities and celebrate success, because I just feel that we don't really put our heads up there much, and we wanted to create a space where we can actually help do that, but also, help with some educational advice, just around sales, pitching, just stuff that we're pretty passionate about. And, just creating a space where people can actually start talking about business and start generating opportunities.
And even more so now when we talk about opportunities, still coming out the back end of, COVID-19 and the importance, for yourselves and what you do with, SMEs and entrepreneurs. Tell us a bit more, in the details of how you support businesses, Māori or, Pasifika.
For me personally, it's all about collaboration and connection. The opportunities that was created for me when I was coming through my career. I've been in the game for approximately the media game for about 22 years. My ex-mentor used to be the sales manager at New FM when you guys were on Brown Street. Shameless plug there.
Name
Anthony Matson. Matson.
Part of the game.
But it's an opportunity for us to connect, and I felt that there was an opportunity and a gap in the market to bring both cultures together, or all cultures together, rather than just having Māori or Samoan or Tongan, because of the fact that I do have just created relationships with John Luau at Samoan Business Network. And one of my good friends have obviously just joined that particular network, Meta. Opulua, and it's just an opportunity for us to actually collaborate and bring everyone together.
Let's talk about the verticals that you guys present and serve. Like, what are we talking about here? Is it mainly digital space, utilization of traditional forms of business, entrepreneurship? What are the verticals that you cover?
So we've got our four founders. So we've all of us have different sort of areas of expertise. So we've got Stanley Henry, who his expertise is in marketing and LinkedIn, and sort of getting yourself out there through those digital channels. Obviously, Peter through through the media side. We've got India Backman Flay, who is all around about money, and so she's got a.
It's good to have one of those.
Yeah. Oh, and look, you know what? That's we were talking about this the other day, and that's always been one of my challenges is around money and my relationship with money. So. India's really good at that, and she's going to start creating some content specifically for Māori and Pacifica. Just talking about that, because it's okay to talk about money. And my expertise is I've been in sales for about 15 years, and so part of when we're doing our network, it's really bringing any business together. And one thing we're really good at is actually saying that you there and you there, you guys need to be talking to each other, because through these conversations we see that there's some opportunities. So we sort of help identify. So we don't really look specifically at certain industries. It's really just giving people an opportunity to just network with other people and then start creating those opportunities. Because since we've started, we've got about $250,000 worth of opportunities that are being discussed at the moment through people in the network. So it's been a very quick ride, but it's been really cool, and it's been really cool to see how it's evolved.
COVID-19, what are some of the business opportunities that you see coming out as a result of COVID-19? Of course, the impacts, but obviously, there are potential, opportunities, business opportunities. What do you see those being?
For me personally, it's there's been a massive downturn, obviously, because of unemployment, a lot of businesses going under and so forth. So I think it comes down to our experience and our ability to be able to connect with our particular clients. I know for a fact that even myself, I was actually unsure in regards to how everything was going to pan out. So I was very, very fortunate actually picking up a couple of contracts throughout that time frame. But, being fortunate and then obviously having those conversations with my clients and other people that were in our industry that are currently struggling. It's about connecting, like we said at the start, it's about connecting businesses that we feel that can assist those particular businesses in their particular areas of expertise.
And sorry. And I think through COVID-19, like we talked about this 6 months ago about creating this, and then before COVID, we were like, should we do it? And we're like, no, it's not the right time. And then like a week into it, Stanley's like, let's just do this. Let's just start it. And it was actually having those conversations through COVID, because we're all dealing it in a really different way, different emotions, and people are losing their jobs. And through my corporate role, I actually got made redundant about 2 weeks ago. But it's a blessing in disguise, because the way I'm looking at it and having my team around me and our network is I've taken a bit of a different approach, and I've got some really cool opportunities in front of me at the moment, and hopefully secure a contract this week.
Okay, let me ask you a question, right? Traditionally in any big company, and actually in most companies, whenever there is a crunch for anything, and elephant in the room being COVID-19, they always get rid of the fun guys, like the marketing and the thinkers. And that's because they always put an accountant. Nothing wrong with you, David, love you, pay me on time. But you know what I mean? Like, and then they always get rid of like the thinkers, where consultancy and all of this stuff. Now, right now, if we're looking at companies trying to tighten up their spending, and if they want to go from A to B, why is it that they need to tap into Nesian Network? Where do you guys come in, in the middle of all this, trying to trim things?
Funny you say that, Malfa. I was at Māori TV for about 3 years prior to 2018. And then at the end of 2018, I was working as in the advertising team and so forth. So they were called the Partner Solutions team. End of 2018, they call it restructure, realignment.
Mine was a disestablishment.
Unprecedented.
Well, exactly.
And that's called unprecedented.
Yes.
But anyway, as you were.
But in saying that, 2018, at the end of 2018, like you said, they got rid of majority of the marketing team, majority of our team, and have they been able to recur that or recover from that? No.
Because comfort is a non-growth, isn't it? And that's what you get when you get rid of the fun dudes.
Absolutely.
Nothing wrong, like I said, just bad experience.
Absolutely. So it's so then I obviously decided, hey, if I'm going to do it now, I might as well do it. I mean, we're the experienced ones in the Nesian Network. But it was an opportunity for me to obviously go, okay, now is the time to obviously branch up on my own. The hustle and grind is absolutely real. And when you obviously go into the first 6 to 8 months, if not the first year, you're just hustling and grinding, and obviously having those conversations with clients and so forth to try and build your brand and let them know who you are and what you do.
What are some of the maybe tips, for SMEs who are the most affected, of course, from COVID-19 business-wise, in terms of navigating that space, coming out the other end, and if they are still operating, how to sort of rebuild, recover, and move forward?
Yeah, reach out. Reach out, ask for help. That's the biggest thing. That's in a previous business that I had. I try to do everything myself. And the biggest thing I've learned through this is that I'm really good at sales, and I'm really good at some things, but other things I'm just not really good at it. And then my team, they're really good at stuff that I'm not good at. So, and I've got myself a mentor as well. So to help me navigate through my own sort of stuff at the moment.
Yeah.
I've just got myself the help around me, and I've reached out. And I think that's the first thing, is just knowing that you need help and knowing that you're...
Which is a big challenge when it comes to Pacific Island and Maori people. It's
Yeah.
that, the pride of, hey man, I can do it. I come from the house of, you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, I think we're mistaken needing help because you just don't have enough time with anything to do with lack of what you have.
Sure.
Right? Is that something of what you guys looking at presenting in?
Yeah, and I think the thing is, just don't feel that you're being judged, because we're all going through this. And it's just ask for help, and that may be reaching out to a friend, that may be reaching out, getting on the network, and part of that network is we're not going to have all the answers, but we want to create a space where you can just...
I gave you a space to have a chat because I thought you have all the answers,
Yeah.
Kristen.
Hold on, let me just get my thing. I wrote all these answers down here.
Awesome.
But when we started this, we said the main driver for us and for this is that we start with value. We start looking at ways that we can add value to our audience every week, that we're running our sessions, and look at ways that we can listen to our audience and go, that if that doesn't work, then let's sort of try something else, but just keep really consistent as well.
Awesome.
And of course, before we finish up, gentlemen, where we can find out more information, how to access your wonderful services.
The NesianNetwork.com.
Oh, okay.
The NesianNetwork.com. We're on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn. We're on all our social channels, and luckily, India and Stanley have set up all these channels, and we've got a YouTube channel as well.
Mate.
So the Nesian podcast as well. So
Do you have a TikTok?
no, that's only we don't.
Well, that's
See, that's me showing, that's me showing my age.
Yeah.
Kristen, that's one KPI you need to add. Okay, so there we go.
Yeah, you hear that?
It's a very big founder, a very big thank you to the founders of Nesian Network. We have Pita Pirihi and co-founder Kristen Harper. Gentlemen, thank you so much for your time this morning. It's been awesome. And to you and the team, keep up the amazing work. Awesome.
Cool.
Nami.
Thank you very much.
The way he follows.
Well,
Thank you.
Good help.
it's 23 minutes past 8. Reggae Chris, give me love. 5:31 p.m. Pacific. People together.